Very well. The Honorable Chair, please table. Now we'll go to the statement request by the Honorable Duale. We go to the statement request by the Honorable Duale, and then we proceed.
Make it short. You're telling who now? I'm not from. Are you from Lari or Kabete?
Proceed,
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to provisions of Standing Order 44-2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Public Accounts Committee regarding alleged misuse and wastage of public funds on the Building Bridges Initiative, known as BBI, BBI Steering Committee and Task Force, the BBI Secretariat, and the Principal Secretaries. Honorable Speaker, on Thursday, 31st March 2022, the Supreme Court declared the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020, popularly known as BBI Bill, as null and void. The pertinent question that arises is, Mr. Speaker, was public funds utilized in rolling out the unconstitutional BBI process? Honorable Speaker, it is estimated that over 30 billion was used by the BBI Steering Committee and Task Force, the BBI Secretariat and the Principal Secretaries in the formulation and advancement of the BBI bill. In particular, the BBI Initiative Steering Committee and Task Force spent an estimated Kenya shillings 10 billion of public money in what was termed as public and stakeholder engagement exercise for collection of views on the BBI bill. Further, senior government officers, including principal secretaries, who are also accounting officers, spent an estimated Kenya shillings 20 billion to roll out the illegal BBI project. Honorable Speaker, Article 201, Sub-Article D of the Constitution provides that public money shall be used in a prudent and responsible way. Further, Section 66, subsection 1A and Roman 1 of the Public Finance Management Act number 18 of 2012 provide that accounting officers shall monitor, evaluate, and oversee the management of public finances in their respective entities, including the promotion and enforcement of transparency, effective management and accountability with regard to the use of public finances, and take such other actions not inconsistent with the Constitution. Further, Mr. Speaker, Article 33, Sub-Article D of the Constitution provides the guiding principles of leadership principles, and lastly, leadership integrity, and it defines accountability to public for decisions and actions as one of the leadership principles as provided in the Constitution. Further, Mr. Speaker, Article 226, Sub-Article 5 of the Constitution provides that if the holder of a public office, including a political office, directs or approves the use of public funds contrary to law or instructions, that person is liable for any loss arising from that use and shall make good the loss, whether the person remains the holder of the office or not. Honorable Speaker, the use of public funds by the BBI Steering Committee and Task Force, the BBI Secretariat, and the principal secretaries on the unconstitutional BBI bill was in blatant violation of Article 73, Subarticle D, on Article 201, Subarticle D, and on Article 226, Subarticle 5 of the Constitution, and Section 66, Subsection 1A and Roman 1 of the Public Finance Management Act of 2012. Honorable Speaker, indeed, pursuant to Article 73, Subarticle D, as read together with Article 226, Subarticle 5 of the Constitution, the principal secretaries who authorized the use of public funds and or diverted public funds for the advancement of the unconstitutional BBI process should be held personally liable for the misuse and wastage of public funds. Whereas, Mr. Speaker, under Article 37 of the Public Audit Act, number 34 of 2015, a forensic audit to establish the fraud, the corruption, or financial improprieties may be undertaken by the Auditor General only upon request by Parliament and most of this House. It is worth noting that Article 229, Subarticle 5 of the Constitution places a constitutional and legal obligation on the Auditor General to conduct an audit on the accounts of any entity that is funded from the public funds. In this regard, Mr. Speaker, to the extent that the BBI Steering Committee and Task Force, the BBI Secretariat, and the principal secretaries applied diverted public funds into unconstitutional BBI process, the Auditor General, Mr. Speaker, has a constitutional obligation under Article 2295 of the Constitution as an independent office to undertake an audit of the accounts of the BBI Steering Committee and Task Force, the BBI Secretariat, and the principal secretaries responsible for possible misuse and wastage of public funds. Honorable Speaker, it is on the account of these grave concerns that I seek for a statement from the chairperson of the Public Accounts Committee on the following. What was the exact amount of public funds that were allocated and utilized by the BBI Steering Committee and Task Force, the BBI Secretariat and Principal Secretaries in the unconstitutional BBI process? Mr. Speaker, whether in accordance with Article 201D of the Constitution, the public funds were used in a prudent and responsible way. Speaker, and I don't need a pedestrian answers on the floor of the House. There are people who are used to pedestrian engagement. They can't engage me. And finally, Mr. Speaker, whether in accordance with Article 229, Subarticle 6 of the Constitution, the public funds were applied lawfully and in an effective way. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. If not this Parliament, the next Parliament will deal with this matter.
Honorable Duale, you have put this one on record. I am trying to really consult on whether we require a statement from the chairperson Public Accounts Committee. Because ordinarily, as by the standing orders that we recreated, it is normally, well, that's what I'm going to consult on that. So, no, which one? Because we normally send this thing to departmental committees so that we can get from the executive. But in a situation like this, I do not think I would be expecting, because where would the Public Accounts Committee be coming from?
I'm a member of the Public Accounts Committee. and I'm sure the clerk will help you, the speaker, the substantive speaker, made a communication on the floor of this House on how forensic audit can be sought by Parliament, mainly through Public Accounts Committee and Public Investment Committee. So if you read the communication of Speaker Muturi, it is only the Public Accounts Committee or the Public Investment Committee that has the mandate on behalf of the House to write to the Auditor General on any matter that concerns audit. And this is an audit issue, and that is why, and the Speaker, of course, I'm a ranking member. I did my homework very well. Even I read the communication.
Even if you did, the Honorable Dwale, you are actually asking for a statement from the Chairperson Public Accounts Committee. Yeah, so that is where, so that is the thing that I want to consult on, because it is something that is that I want to consult on that. So I don't think we need to open up this thing, because it is better. It is better, because I am trying to see, because the option that I have is to simply send it out to the Public Accounts Committee. But as to how we are going to ask them to read out a statement, like every other committee, a departmental committee or otherwise, is something that we would want to confirm. But maybe I would give 2 members only. You know, honorable members, you cannot, I mean, I think sometimes also you must be respectful. You see, you cannot guide me from where I sit here. It is not possible. What I'm just saying is that it is something that I want to confirm. I do not think where the problem is in that particular one. If we can be talking about not the issues that arise out of this, but whether we should expect a statement from the Public Accounts Committee. The Honorable Dwale was part of the team that we crafted the appearance of ministers and responding to statements. So even if it is communication that I'm going to ask for Honorable Dwale, of course I'll have to look at it. So the option I have is whether I want to open it up for members to give comments. In the meantime, I make that quick consultation. So you cannot, Honorable Pukose, if you really do not want to make a statement, that is absolutely fine. But you have just said yourself that you are not interested. So I will give 2 members, one from this side and one from the other. So let's start with the Honorable Sankok. You want to say something on this particular one? Yes, let's hear.
Honorable Speaker, this is a very important statement, because public funds were used on a document that the High Court or the Supreme Court and even the Court of Appeal declared as illegal, unconstitutional, null and void. And Honorable Speaker, what we will be asking ourselves is, because we want to recover this money, where do we recover this money? Is it from the PSS? Is it from the steering committee members? Or is it from the handshake brothers? And if it is from the handshake brother, now that we are aware that the sitting president cannot be sued, what we can do is sue the President Bonoko, and so that he can refund 15 billion, and then await for 4 months for Uhuru Kenyatta to be a former president and take him to court to pay the balance, Honorable Speaker, because public funds must be recovered. The public funds must be recovered. So what we are asking ourselves is that, where do we collect this money? Honorable Speaker, let me not be interrupted by Honorable Otieno Kajwang. You are CJ Bonoko, by the way, my friend. You can as well go ahead.
Let's have the Honorable Kajwang. Honorable Kajwang. You see, sometimes, Honorable members,
Mr. Speaker,
you make it extremely, because let's hear the Honorable TJ Kajwang.
Mr. Speaker, I know we are at the tail end of this term, and many members would want to speak to their constituents, especially those members who are here and did nothing, so that by speaking on the floor of the House, they may be considered by their electorate. But I think we still can be serious and do what we came here for, Mr. Speaker. A trend has come, Mr. Speaker, in this House, where members interact with the Speaker freely, as though a Speaker is somebody that you can engage with.
Now, first of all, the Honorable TJ, I wanted you to look at, and you know, I expected you to basically.
I'm going there, Mr. Speaker,
yes,
but I had an issue of
Forget
order.
about the side shows.
I have an issue of order. There is a trend which has come in this House, where members of this House engage with the Speaker from their seats freely, as though there are no rules that should contain members. Mr. Speaker, this is an issue.
Are you able to respond to this particular?
I'm going there.
That's the most important.
Let me get to the substance. You know, Mr. Speaker, there are ranking members, perhaps who are ranking older than I am, but who have taken their positions in this House to mislead this House. Now, an issue such as ministerial statement is a jurisprudence received from Westminster. It is ministerial question is Prime Minister's question, Mr. Speaker. And it is directed at the minister or the person who, to the executive. Now, Honorable Duale, I want protection from Honorable Duale. When he was speaking, we were very quiet. When we were speaking, we were very quiet. He must also listen to other people who have alternative views.
Yes. I'm trying to.
Can I be protected? Can I be protected from Honorable Duale?
Okay.
Duale must not think that he's the one who has all answers in this House.
Now.
Can I be protected from Honorable Duale?
Order members.
You are making him.
What's your point of order, Honorable Duale?
No. I'm on a point of order.
What is your point of order?
I'm on a point of order.
So have your seat, ma'am. Have your seat.
And please.
Respectively, have your seat.
You still have your floor.
Chairman.
Let's get the point of order. You still have the floor, Honorable. What is it?
Mr. Speaker.
You know. Now, can you listen? Take your seat. Take your seat. Honorable Duale, take your seat. Now, honorable members, when the honorable Duale sought a point of order, you still have the floor, the honorable Kajwang. So let him finish his point of order, and it comes back to you to finalize what you have done. It is how it is done here. He's on a point of order, and then we go back to the honorable Kajwang.
Mr. Speaker, maybe, Mr. Speaker. Speaker, those
now, order.
Mr. Speaker.
Take your seat, Honorable Duale.
Speaker, maybe.
Take your seat. Honorable Duale, take your seat. Just in case you are not aware, honorable members, just in case you are not aware, the Honorable Duale, the Honorable TJ Kajwang was not on a point of order. He was contributing. I had given him an opportunity to contribute. So he rises on a point of order. Order members, you will take your seats. So as we go back, we go back, finalize the Honorable TJ. Honorable TJ, finalize. Just relax.
Mr. Speaker, I think we are all entitled to come to this House and contribute like equal members of this House. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Duale should not take it upon himself that he has all the answers to this question. All of us are members of this House by virtue that we were elected. After all, I'm elected with more votes than he is. He was elected by 3,000 votes. 3,000 votes from Garissa. 3,000 votes from Garissa. 3,000 votes. And you come here thinking that you are...
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now take your seats. Just take your seat. Honorable Duale, just take your seat. Just take your seat. Honorable Sankok, now take your seats. Take your seat. No. Honorable members, now that you have the honorable everybody has finished their contribution. Now, out of order. Out of order. Out of order. So what we are going to do is very simple. I'm making consultation on which committee to refer to. So, Honorable TJ, I gave you an opportunity. Just a minute. So,